We're going to try to decide what this symbol right here could mean, this thing that looks like a negative sign. It can sometimes mean negative, and it does. It means negative anytime it appears to the left of a number. Negative a half, negative 3, negative 0.7. Sometimes it could just be read as the opposite of, and it usually means that when it sits right next to a parenthesis or right next to a variable. So we want the opposite of whatever the variable is actually representing. It can mean subtract as long as there's something on both sides of it. So here in all these examples, it's going to mean subtract because there's a number and a variable on the left, numbers on the left and right, left and right. So here it means subtract. So it kind of has different properties. When it's a negative, think of it as a negative number. So in this problem right here, this is a negative number, this is a negative number, because it sits just next to a number. Nothing else to get in the way. Okay, now sometimes it can mean subtract, like if we have a number on the left and a number on the right means subtract. When it's subtract, we're going to change it to add, but then take the opposite of the number to the right. Opposite of. So whatever b is, we take its opposite. For example, 7 minus 5 can be thought of as change to add, but take the opposite of 5, which is negative 5. 8 minus 9 becomes add, but we take the opposite of the 9. 3 minus negative 4, change it to add, but we take the opposite of the negative 4. Now I know 7 minus 5 is obviously 2. 8 minus 9 you might realize to be negative 1, but now if there's any confusion you can see we've got 8 plus a negative 9, negative 1. And over here we have 3 plus positive 4, and that would be 7. Okay, so when it means subtract, always change the second number and change it to an addition problem. Negative when it sits just next to a number. All right, how about opposite of? That's important when you have a variable. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's do a few of these problems. These are all, most of these are subtraction problems. So you can see right here, that's subtract, so we change it to add, and we take the opposite of the 13. So we got 29. This is just an addition problem. 17. This is a subtraction problem. So change it to addition, take the opposite of that, which is 11, and now we have 23 for an answer. Subtract becomes add. Opposite of 13 is negative 13. So now we get a negative 18. Subtract becomes add. Opposite is negative 2. So now we got negative 14. Subtract becomes add. Opposite of that is 16. Now we get 30 for an answer. Change to add. Take the opposite of the number on the right. And we have 29. This is just an addition problem. 19 plus negative 2. And right here we have, change it to an addition problem, take the opposite of this, and we get 23.